Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello. My name is Lern the Conjurer and I am your host of all things spooky, creepy, weird, and fun. And today I want to apologize about my lighting situation. I look dead. I don't know how or why I deserve this, but I look dead right now. But that kind of coincides to, the content that you're getting. Anyway, my trusty ring light has since passed on into ring light heaven, and now I am dealing with not ideal lighting, so I apologize if this video is a little jarring. Anyway, today we are back with yet another traveling conjurer vlog. It seems that a lot of you really have been enjoying my travels, and I'm very excited about that. I'm actually not a very well-traveled person. Some of you might have noticed that from my vlog from Seattle when I literally weeped over a mountain. But it was really cool. So you see now, I'm just trying to do whatever I can to get my travel bug fix. Safely, of course. This time I went local again, and I went back to the ever so popular Cassadaga. Now, some of you remember my previous video where I visited the Haunted History Museum in Cassadaga, and if you haven't seen it, check it out right up here. And specifically in this video, I stayed at the Hotel Cassadega. Now, the Hotel Cassadega is considered a historic landmark, even though the original hotel had burned down. What I was staying in was technically the recreation of the original spiritualistic camp where they boarded all of the spiritualists that would come to visit Cassadega. I ended up going with a few very good friends of mine. We shared the largest room in the hotel, and I'm here to tell you all about it. A lot of you seem to really enjoy my narration style of vlogging and enjoy all of this footage that I took of the historic hotel while I tell you a little bit about its history. Oh, and don't worry, there were some experiences that were had. Stay tuned to find out. Now let's become traveling conjurers. Woo!
The Cassadaga Hotel is considered to be one of the best kept secrets of haunted Florida. The magnificent hotel that currently stands in Cassadaga, Florida, was constructed in the year 1928. Prior to this, another building stood in its place that was constructed in the latter part of the 1800s. But unfortunately, a fire destroyed the original building in the year 1926. This beautiful establishment, despite numerous renovations and various types of modernizations, hence the ATM machine, retains the same welcoming ambiance, mysterious appeal, and lavish elegance displayed in its earliest days of service. Containing an amazing 40 rooms, this hotel sits on Cassadaga Road at the intersection of Stevens Street. It's kind of creepy to know that the first hotel burned on Christmas night. The camp began reconstruction of the hotel the following year, but during the Great Depression, the camp lost ownership of the hotel, and it was sold to private owners. During the 1990s, it was sold again and renovated. And the hotel now includes Sinantra's restaurant, psychic readings, seances, and meditation areas that are provided in the house, and the hotel claims to be haunted by friendly spirits. When visiting the Cassadaga Hotel, you'll find distinguished marks of spiritualism and the essence of the community in every direction that you will explore, including this fairy trail.
This is so rad. And I don't like woods. I don't like nature. Yeah. I love this.
And how interesting and yet adorable is this whole place. Visitors leave decorations such as glittering, sparkly beads that hang from the tree limbs. Small fairy houses are scattered through the trail as well. The trail does say, though, to come in and enjoy, but do not touch, do not take. And as we leave the fairy trail, the sun began to set, and now with a slightly more ominous lighting of what this hotel feels like at night. And we can't be in a haunted hotel at night without telling a good ghost story, can we? You see, there's a story about the spirit named Arthur. This individual is said to be a friendly Irishman tenor that resided in room 22, just a couple of doors down from where we were staying, on the second floor. Allegedly, Arthur enjoyed placing a chair at the end of the second floor near the window so that he could observe the outdoors. And while relaxing in that location, he was known to smoke cigars and drink his favorite alcoholic beverage, gin. At some point in the 1930s, though, it's said that Arthur died within the structure. Today, many guests and locals claim that Arthur still lingers in this immense structure. Many have caught whiffs of alcohol, while others smelled the distinct smell of cigars. So why come visit the Hotel Cassadega when you're the only one staying there in the night? So many reasons. First of all, look at this place. I have never felt in my wildest dreams that I would have the same feeling that those kids feel on those Disney Channel movies when they go into haunted places. I felt like I was in a movie when I went into this place. Being with my friends and talking about ghosts and reading tarot and drinking wine all by ourselves in this dark lobby, it was like an experience that I can't compare.
So, as I previously stated, we shared the largest suite in the Cassadaga Hotel, or Hotel Cassadega. This suite was apparently the only suite that could sleep up to 6 people. Basically, it was 2 separate rooms adjoined by a bathroom, like Jack and Jill style. So, just for some context, myself and my friend Callie shared one room, and then our friends Robbie and Jesus shared the opposite room. So, we all kind of thought it was a little funny that we were staying up really, really late because a lot of us tend to go to bed pretty early because we're all early risers. But before we knew it, we were up until 2 in the morning. I can't really explain why we were up that late. I mean, we were the only ones staying at this hotel. It was quiet, and for the most part, it was a pretty uneventful evening. But we did keep talking about the resident ghost, Arthur, which I just want to say I was the only one in my group that remembered his name. Everyone else didn't remember his name, and I felt the need to remind them, listen, if you get the ghost name wrong, he's going to be upset. Or at least he's going to try to correct you. Like, Afterlife Rule 101, don't disrespect the spirits. Now listen, my friends, just like me, are big believers, so it wasn't necessarily a thing where we were trying to prove each other wrong. But as the night ensued, we tried to go to sleep, but basically pretty much failed. So if you remember, Arthur would like to smoke cigars and drink gin, and people would say that they would smell the smell of gin and cigars throughout the hotel. They would also hear footsteps and would also see windows randomly open their curtains just to have no one there. Now, throughout the evening, I definitely thought that I witnessed a few curtains move, but I didn't try to pay it any mind. It wasn't until we were trying to go to sleep when something strange happened. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you some screenshots from our group message, and I'm gonna provide more context. Here they are. So basically before this went on, Callie and I are in our room. She's telling me, I'm gonna stand over you while you're trying to sleep. And I'm telling her, I'm gonna kill you if you do. And then we're both gonna be ghosts. And you know, yada yada, fun friendship sleepover times. And all of a sudden we hear a yell from Robbie and Jesus's room. So naturally, both her and I are like, oh shit! Jesus wanted the doors to be open between our rooms, and previously we had agreed to close our bathroom doors just so we had a little bit more privacy. That was short-lived because after this little stunt, those doors stayed open all night. But things didn't stop happening. So you see, the context of that entire text conversation was that Robbie and Jesus were trying to go to sleep, and one of them mentioned that they should have given a light to Arthur because he was a smoker. And of course, one of us was a smoker in the room, so we did have a lighter. Well, as soon as one of those boys said that, according to them, I did not witness this, but according to them, the lighter on the nightstand fell off, landed on the floor, and then their bedroom light turned on and then turned off. Yeah, my guy. So anyway, Jesus was so freaked out, he asked for us to keep the doors open, and so we did. The thing is that our room wasn't necessarily dark. Like, you turn off all the lights, but the street lights from outside basically illuminated both of our rooms. It was almost like having a nightlight without actually having one. So the night progresses, and I cannot sleep. No matter how hard I try, I cannot sleep. I'm tossing and I'm turning, and it's not happening. And the reason why I can't sleep, well, there were 2 reasons. One, I couldn't help but feel like something was in the room. And I know that sounds crazy, especially if you're watching this and you don't believe in ghosts. But it was basically the feeling like someone was just staring at you all night. And that's kind of how I felt. It wasn't like I felt scared, but I definitely felt uncomfortable. And then when I was finally drifting off to sleep, outside our room, I could hear heavy footsteps. I mean, heavy footsteps. And these floors, they're old. I mean, the Hotel Cassadega is like over 100 years old at this point. Yeah, I know that old buildings make noises, but it sounded like somebody was walking outside our door. Now, the next morning, I did talk to the staff members to see if maybe somebody does night rounds in the middle of the night, like just to see if everyone's okay, because there are some staff members that live in the hotel. And they told me no, that typically they don't do night rounds past midnight. And this had to have been like 3 or 4 in the morning. Now, once we're all awoke in the morning and we all go off to breakfast, we decide to start sharing stories of what happened to ourselves while we're trying to go to sleep at night, right? Callie claims that she woke up at one point to go to the bathroom. Well, she gets up, and as I mentioned before, the rooms are not totally dark because of the streetlights from outside. So you could see everything, including the threshold from our room through the bathroom to Robbie and Jesus's room. Well, apparently, Callie gets up, and when she was previously able to see right through the bathroom, right through Robbie and Jesus's room, she couldn't. She claimed that it was really, really, really dark in the bathroom. Like, as in, no lights, nothing was coming through the window. Like, it was just an abyss of black. So Callie decided to hold her pee until the morning. Robbie and Jesus also heard the footsteps outside the door, and they told me that they could smell the smell of gin. So, all things considered, if you had to ask me if I felt that Hotel Cassadega was haunted, I would tell you 10 out of 10. It is definitely haunted. Would I go back? Abso-freaking-lutely, I would go back. Not even to try to catch another glimpse of Arthur or try to catch another glimpse of any type of supernatural activity. I genuinely enjoyed my time at Hotel Cassadega. It's beautiful. It's so stuck in its own history, and it's like staying in a time capsule. And if you can go to Hotel Cassadega, try to go in the off season, because there was something magical about being the only ones in that hotel. I mean, it was literally like staying in a haunted manor alone. It was like being in a Goosebumps book. I can't even compare this experience with another experience I've had in the past, because it was that magical to me. Creepy, but magical. And remarkably affordable to stay in. You can bring your own wine, you can bring your own food, nobody bothers you. One of the staff members had a really big cuddly dog. It was a really, really wonderful time, and I will for sure be going back. And what I learned is that mostly in October, Cassadega gets ridden with people because they totally turn the town around to match the Halloween aesthetic. So I think I might try to go back in October, maybe not to stay, but maybe I'll give you a tour of what the whole place looks like. So my journeys to Cassadega have not stopped yet, and I'm very excited to report that. So what do you think? Would you stay at Hotel Cassadega even though Arthur is there? Again, I didn't feel too scared, but I definitely felt like I wasn't alone. If you want to stay in the largest room, I highly recommend it. The beds were comfortable, but you might not sleep. If you like this video, please feel free to go ahead and hit that like button, as well as consider subscribing to my channel for more spooky, fun content. And hopefully when you're back, I'll have better lighting. Sorry. Anyway, remember the rules of conjuring. Never play alone. Never play in a graveyard. And always say goodbye. Goodbye, ghosties and ghoulies. Mwah. Aliens do exist.